I'm recording.
That's cool. All right, guys, let's have a good one tonight, okay? No fucking around.
Let's do.
No, no shenanigans.
No shenanigans.
No wisecracks. No lip. Are we all on the same page?
Yeah.
Nope.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
I have RSV. Heidi, I have RSV.
That almost went up my nose.
RSV or the drink?
The drink.
Monster. The Monster Cleanse. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So
you
you've
have
been
RSV now?
You've been talking about it for a few weeks.
RSVP? RSV.
And can I be honest with you?
Yeah, you think you have it?
No. Yes.
Yes.
But here's the honest part. And this is real. Every time you talked about it, I pretended like I knew what it was, but I never knew exactly what it was. I was like, no, it's not. I didn't know what it was. But I've since found out that RSV, which you already know very well, it's like a long lingering sort of cold, like a sickness, a fluish thing. So I think what?
Mainly for little babies and kids.
I don't think it's mainly for that.
I thought it was.
It is.
Well, is it because of my diet?
Lunch. No, I
I have a kid's diet. Does it happen to people with kids' diets?
I just had lunch today with a pulmonologist. He's been very busy the last two and a half years, and he said, yeah, that they're packed, and he works up in the Bay Area. And I asked him I said, look, I think it comes from the kids not being able to be outside and with each other, and he goes, completely. So it's from like not being able to.
This story is real, I can tell by the way that I feel.
Why do I have it? So when
No,
halfway through halfway through the tour, I did an episode with Mike and Jody again, and my voice was gone, and I sort of had a cough. That was over a month ago, and I still have this lingering cough, which I hear is like that's one of the main giveaways of RSV. Is it? Am I saying it right?
Uh-huh.
What's it stand for?
Respiratory.
Sexual violence.
Yes.
I have that. It feels very sexually violent in my lungs.
It sounds.
It's still a rasp. It's still like a wheezy kind of gross, phlegmy rasp when I breathe. So things are winding down for the old damn man.
There's a lot of flu that's going around too.
There really is, which is not great. You know.
Nope.
So I'm dealing with that. So if everyone could please send your sympathies and regards.
Wow.
I could really use your thoughts and prayers right now.
Do you have a fever?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Do I have a fever?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Like achy?
No.
And
I feel pretty goddamn good, except for this like annoying little that just keeps kind of.
I just don't think that's that weird to have a lingering cough.
A 5-week cough?
Yeah, not for me. That would I would.
Well,
get
your
it,
life sucks then.
Yeah, I would get sick at like in November and then have a cough till like March back when I lived on the East Coast. It was like normal.
You'd have what? Say it again.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how many months you said.
Let's say I got a cold in November.
Yeah.
And then I would have lingering cough.
For 5 months?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a normal thing.
But that's like East Coast winters.
Maybe, but that's still a very long time to be ill. Even for someone who grew up a sick boy. I was a sick boy.
Okay.
is that like Avril Lavigne's Sick Boy? Like
Skater Boy. I said I'm a sicky boy. I said do you liquor boy or something. I don't know.
Wasn't that one of her songs?
Skater
Sick
Boy.
Yeah.
Was Sick Boy one of them too?
I don't know. I just made
Let's
that
go to the
up.
tape. Let's go to the tape.
Sick Boy is my man, Lil Peep, I think.
Oh,
Yeah. That's what it is.
God rest
Lil
his
Peep.
soul.
R.I.P.
I just watched Nope last night.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen it multiple times.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
who I had heard I waited on her, Kiki Palmer, and she.
Heidi's name drop.
I didn't want to play it.
She isn't afraid to drop those names. Kinda lame.
Like you forced my hand. I didn't want to do
That
it.
was a good one.
She was.
She's dope, though, so good for you.
She
Nope.
was.
Not dope. Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
She was the kindest, nicest, coolest fucking chick.
She's the sister in the movie? She's cool as fuck.
Every time I dropped anything down or took anything from the table, this never happens ever. And she said thank you each time. And when she left,
That never happens?
I was just gonna say,
Never
first of all, fuck
happened.
everyone.
Dude, I think every time they come and refill my water, thank you. Every time
I
they
say
move
thank
the
you
plate,
like they
thank
walk
you.
by.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thanks for being here.
it's insane. It drives me nuts. And it happens like you'll drop a thing, like a plate off. Here's your fuck. And they'll just
Maybe that's why they don't say something back to you.
probably the best.
Here's your fucking
You know
fuck
what I
fuck.
mean? Here's your oysters.
Nothing.
Nothing. I get so irritated that I want to say, "You're welcome."
If I'm in the middle of a conversation, I will stop and say thank you.
Yes, so when she got up to leave, I said thank you. And she said, "No, thank you. I appreciate you." She was so cool. She was with this hot guy. And then I said, "Where are you from originally?" And she goes, I'm from Illinois. And I go, "I knew it." And she goes, "Why?" And I go, "I'm from Wisconsin." She goes, "I knew it." And I was like, "You were so nice." Like, and she's like, "Well, what am I supposed to, like, what am I supposed to be?" Like, of course. And she said she's been in this business since she was a kid. I didn't know that.
Really?
She was on Degrassi, I believe, or something like that. Maybe I'm making that up. She was on some Nickelodeon thing or something since she was a
Super
kid.
cool.
So fucking cool.
If you were to give being a server, and you were a server too, Darren, for a while, if you could tell all customers like one thing to change or one thing that's most important to you, like what would it be?
One thing.
Yeah, it's one. or actually, if you guys want to go back and forth and trade off.
Like for people when they go out to dinner.
Yeah, it's some advice or things to do, things not to do. Like what drives you guys nuts?
So many things.
Don't snap at me or clap at me to get my attention.
Yeah, that's a bar thing. Like when I would
just like
bar
people just do that?
Oof. I haven't had that in a long time.
Wow.
I fucking hate that. I told a guy once when he whistled, I said, "I'm not your dog.
I was gonna say or whistle.
I'm not your dog, and now you won't get a drink for the rest of the night." And he was like, "Oh, but that."
And then your boss fired you.
Yeah.
That's behind the bar though. But
No
tables
tables.
this. The hand rate.
Oh, that's not good?
No.
No. Unless you know what's funny is that
Interesting. I would think that's kind of okay.
How
How do you get attention?
eye contact when they come by? You know, I mean, if they're a bad
I was just gonna
server,
say. Yep.
if they're good, like myself, I'm a great server. If you make eye contact, but if it's a bad server, I understand. Like, hey, or like, you know, like, hi, hey.
That's kind of.
Well, if you do that, but if you're like this, and I found this in Asian restaurants, a lot of the Korean restaurants, a lot of the patrons go like this. So when they come into the restaurant that I work at, I've noticed that they go like, I think that's like
So it might be a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's forgiveness there.
Yeah. So I understand that. The give me a minute, but not in a nice way. That happens a lot.
Where they say it like that?
And I give them so
Lots
many
of minutes.
So what you want them to say is something like,
we're
can
not
we need a couple
ready.
minutes?
Yeah. I'm
Not
ready
give
yet.
me a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or this is the best one, is when there's one person there. This just happened the other night, and there's two settings. Okay, so this person, it's usually a woman, is no offense, but it's usually
None taken.
is.
They're bitches.
And she'll be sitting there, and I see that there's another person that's joining them, and I walk up, and before I can say anything, they say, she, they, her, whatever, says, "I'm waiting for another one." No, you really? Okay. Like, you can fucking start with some water.
Yeah.
And I see that. Like, it very, like, I'm waiting for somebody else. Like, there's some people that act like they haven't
panicking that
never gone out ever in their life.
I do the hand raise. I gotta say, especially if I'm ready to go, I'll do I'll wait until we lock eyes, then they'll do like the hi, or I'll do the.
I think that's
That's
okay.
not bad.
That's not bad.
Is
No.
doing this from across the restaurant okay to do?
I don't love it, but
Really?
I don't love it.
Why? Because then,
I'm
like,
not sure.
you have to walk all the way over, and I say, I'm ready to, can I get the check, please? And then you have to walk all the way back.
Good servers should know
Yeah.
that you're about ready for your check.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, I think I agree with that.
All right. So these are the things you don't like. What are things that you you could tell someone that you'd really appreciate of like a way to act? Not things not to do, but things to do.
Just being kind and nice and there are
Ass
people
slapping,
that-
is that cool to do?
Boobs grabbing.
But only if you've done a good job,
Either way.
like a respectful titty twist kind of thing.
Yeah, I had a guy in Chicago ask me what color my areolas were.
I remember saying that.
And my boss was like, "That's it, you're out of here." Like I was like, "What? I haven't ordered yet." He's like, "You're not gonna order here."
Did you answer?
No,
Bar
I was
or
like,
table?
table.
I mean,
Table.
he could also just Google it. We figured that out on the internet. So. Yeah.
But I think you can read a table. So there's tables that are really like dull and not fun, and that's just the way it's gonna be.
So
you know?
what's the last thing you want to see, like from afar when a table sits down? Do you want to see, like, do you hate seeing a bunch of like teenage boys or like frat dudes, or do you hate a bunch of women? What seating makes you be like, oh, fucking A?
Old
Jews or like
Old.
what?
old people, I think.
Old.
Yeah.
Because
they
they're
don't
slow
usually-
and because maybe they're cheap,
Yeah. They don't usually tip.
because they probably went through the
Well.
depression and they're like, well, I can't save our shekels
Yeah, which
or
I
whatever.
get.
At
I
the
get.
at past restaurants, it's been like that. But this restaurant is like with the older people, they actually tip a bit more.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I would say sometimes a group of women, but only if that's it depends. It depends on the person, because a group of college boys, sometimes they tip really well. It depends on like the way they were raised and.
Mm-hmm.
I love kids, but I really don't want to see a group of kids that barely happens. I love kids though, so I don't mind.
But
so
you don't work at
much.
Chuck E. Cheese,
Right.
Wait,
Something happened the other. I'm just trying to think of different things. People can be so rude though when you drop shit off like a drink, and they just don't say anything.
to not acknowledge is a very weird
Yep.
thing too.
Yeah. Or this is something. The other night there was a table, very like snoozers, there were two couples, and I shouldn't say that because that's mean, but just boring couples.
I mean, it's also very matter of fact.
Subjective.
People can be boring.
Yeah. And
Doesn't mean they're bad people.
No,
They're just
no.
boring.
Yeah. And I walk over and because they had been talking. I said, "Hey, so I just want to let you guys know." And this woman goes, "Should we pause our conversation and let her speak?" And I just stood there. I was like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "Oh, we were in the midst of a conversation." Yeah, I don't fucking come into your fucking office on Ventura and like go in your office and sit there and interrupt you and be like, "Just one sec." What?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a weird thing.
I
When
will.
are you supposed? Do you time your visits to when people are not talking? Because
No, I try to like not, if I walk up and they're in a like, oh my god, they're busy.
Yeah, you
like,
can kind of feel that.
Yeah, you have to
come back.
I think
but
that's what makes a good server though, is
reading a room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a thing the other day. I went out to lunch with a friend, and we hadn't seen each other in a while, so we were catching up, and the guy kind of checked on us, I think at a appropriate frequency, but we were just kept not looking at the menu. And so I said, "You know what? Let's make a deal. I'll when we're ready to order, I'll stack the menus and I'll like slide them out." And I think he hated me for the rest of the day.
No.
I just like
Well, you're giving him
tried
extra
to be-
work, kind of.
Not really.
No.
I'm like, stop interrupt. Like, I didn't want to be like, "Yo, bro, stop interrupting us. You're annoying. It's too much." I'll be like, when we're ready to order, like, let me just give you a signal so you can just like eyeball
Yeah, but then
it.
you're like
right.
telling him like learn your signs.
That's I can see that it was like it was
Like
he
training
didn't like
him.
it.
Like,
I
there's
would have
once-
loved it.
Teach him tricks like a dog.
There's once in a while,
You know.
where I like I joke and I do I do that if they're not ready. I'm like, "Well, I'll make eye contact with you and we'll
Yes.
go like." But the thing about the restaurant I work at, and that is that we're booked. So there's a 2-hour window. So if you don't order for a half hour, 40 minutes, I'm screwed. I don't get a second table. And the hostess is fucking screwed. And she's up my fucking ass. So I have to
turn your tables.
Turn our tables, yeah.
2 hours
so
or max?
Think about that. For 2 tops, it's like 2 hours and 15 minutes. For a four top, it's 2.5 hours.
Who the fuck hangs out for 2 hours anyway? That's crazy to me.
It's all of our friends.
It's so hard to get a table there, so it's booked. So we're like, and most restaurants too, like, you know, it's great if we're getting like a huge tip, but if it's just, you know, if you're so that could be like, maybe that was his sort of, but I try not to give attitude, or I'll say, I have to take your full order, I'll course it out, make sure you guys aren't overwhelmed.
This wasn't one of those places, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I think it just threw him off. He was a young kid. It was and we were probably like old ladies to him.
The young kids don't get it.
He didn't fully get it. I think and we also, like, by the time he came around, had like 3 waiters. So that was like, I don't know if it's a shift change or whatever. But I will say, to the interrupting conversation thing, if you're at a table and you notice there's a server there and your friends are in the middle of a conversation, see if you can ask them to give the wait staff attention instead of continuing
I
to
cannot
talk
fucking stand
and
when the waiter's taking orders
or dropping food.
No, dropping food is fine because they know where it's going. But the order thing, when like they're trying to take orders and the people, everyone else has placed their orders and they're still talking, let's stop for a second. Let the guy focus, or the lady.
Drives me crazy.
Yep.
Or I have another one. If you have a special, and I'm telling you the special, I don't want to fucking tell you the special. I could, like, and they are looking all over the place, not paying attention. They're on their phone. Oh, the phone thing. Here's one thing.
Oh, that's new.
When you have your phone on the table and a server is trying to put shit down, move your fucking phone.
Oh my God, that was the thing when I was waiting.
Holy shit. I will lose my mind.
How do they not know that you have to have an open spot? Yeah.
They'll have their phone like this and all their shit. And I'm trying to put a table or like a plate and they won't move it. So I push it. They're like, oh my God, don't touch my phone. Like,
you're like, cool, I'll spill olive oil on your phone instead.
But I think that's one thing that people don't realize. But you should not have your phone on the fucking table anyhow if you're out to dinner with people.
I agree with that.
Put it in your fucking purse or your pocket.
I put mine on the table. I put it face down. But when the food's coming, you move it. You make sure there's a spot.
That's one thing. Oh, I thought about that the other night. I'm like, good fucking phone.
All right.
Anyhow,
here it is. You guys are maybe. I'm not gonna be a waiter.
Explain something.
Yes.
Kiki Palmer, fucking etiquette. She was top fucking drawer. Everything. She put her phone away. She moved her phone. Thank you. Wow.
More importantly, let's talk about Nope without spoiling anything. You saw Get Out.
I loved Get Out.
Okay. Did you see Us?
I did. I did not like it.
Same.
At all.
So I loved Get Out. Like, never seen anything like it before. Us, I was like, I don't know what's going on. It looks cool, but this movie fucking sucks.
I hated it.
And then Nope, I was like, I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again.
You've not seen Get Out yet.
I think I've seen all 3, but I can't ask you to explain the
You would know
2.
if you saw Get Out.
I think I have, but I'm just gonna.
It's that same guy from Nope.
I know, but
yeah.
And the only question I have is, have I seen Us?
Nope is what the fuck just happened? I love UFO shit. I love aliens, and I'm always weary of new alien movies because it's usually like it's either not an alien or it's like a scary, angry alien. This one was done very, very, very well.
So good.
And there's twists and there's all kinds of weird shit, but it paid off for me.
I won't give it away, but when he was in the barn that first time,
yeah, fucking
and the
crazy.
lights go up.
Yeah. It's a tense movie, and it's very cool, and everyone in it is wonderful.
Who was that guy, the young guy that worked at Fry's?
Oh, he was great.
He was
Angel.
But
Angel.
But in real life,
I don't know.
In real life, He
I don't
was
know.
great.
Great
he was
and
great.
gorgeous.
And not unattractive.
Do you only watch shows that have good-looking people in it?
I try to.
What the fuck what is wrong with women?
Real.
You guys only enjoy shows with beautiful people in them.
Like what?
What's the one you're watching that makes you fucking flick your bean?
Anything with Charlie Hunnam, but right now Shantaram.
Is it good?
I don't know.
She's
What
too
does he look like in
googly-eyed.
it?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like sweaty expat bullshit. Like, but good. I mean, like.
Careful, you're slipping off your chair. Is there something dripping? I hear a...
It's
leaky.
funny because I like got excited about it and I went to tell someone about it and I was like, it's about this guy. I'm not good at this game anyway, but I was like, I actually don't know what the fuck.
But she watches it.
riveting.
She watched it with a friend of ours who literally says like, "Oh, I don't watch shows with ugly people in them. Like it has to be good-looking people in it."
It just makes it so much better.
I don't think I give a shit
I don't
at
think
all.
I care, but obviously I must care because I'm trying to think of what I watch. Well, The Vampire Diaries.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Have you guys seen The Vampire Diaries?
Ended in 2017.
So good.
In addition to Love Hard, I watched Noel Diary, and I was sucked in by the very attractive.
Okay.
What's a Noel Diary?
Terrible.
Heidi,
Christmas movie?
this movie. I was in the room when it was being watched. It was such fucking drivel dog shit. It was awful.
It was
Who's
like
in
the
it?
Notebook for Halloween.
No, but it was like it had that like the sheen of Hallmark movie
like
on
Lifetime
it.
Hallmark movie. What's the guy's
Oh.
name, Dan? You knew.
I don't
you
know.
knew who he
I knew who he was, but I
Let me
don't
look it up.
I don't know his
Noel
name.
Diary.
Not an ugly
Justin
lad.
something.
And not
He's not, but
an
he's-
ugly woman. She was gorgeous. I thought.
Yeah, she's fine, but
I don't know.
again,
Diary.
good looking does not a good movie make.
Wait, I think I spelled Noel wrong.
Noel. How'd you spell it?
Let's not talk about that.
Double
I mean,
L and
the
a
thing
V.
is that I,
Noel deGrasse Tyson.
I didn't celebrate Christmas, so I don't really
Right, fair,
spell
fair.
things too.
But do you know Noel Gallagher? It's spelled the same way.
Justin Hartley. Oh,
That's
he's the
it.
guy from. You know what he was on before This
Bad
Is
Moms,
Us?
because I'm about to watch it.
We had to look it up.
What?
He was on The Bold and the. Oh no, he was on Passions.
Are you a fucking soaps person?
What in the fuck is Passions?
It was a soap opera.
Are you a soap opera person?
I was when I was
You
young.
are?
It makes so much sense.
Loved
I
it.
can see it.
Loved
Dude,
it.
you are such a
and I
soap
would
opera
get in
person.
trouble because as a
That shit
Jehovah's
was banned,
Witness,
right?
yeah, we
It's a
were not
fucking
allowed.
alt-right Karen thing to be is into soaps.
Oh my god!
Great.
You know what?
It's so great.
One of my friends is a comic, and she has a special out. And in this special, she talks about people calling white women Karens, and what have you seen it?
No.
And what she's like, oh, so I'm being called a Karen because I'm middle-aged white woman with a fucking opinion.
Yep.
That doesn't want, if you rub me the wrong way or if something's wrong, I get called a fucking Karen.
But it's racially charged opinions because with all your racist intent, and I'm joking. You truly are offended by that. That was a joke. But with the conspiracy stuff and just Biden stole the election, all that stuff that you believe.
Wait, did you happen to see Biden the other day? When the turkey was right there, and he goes, there are 9 million turkeys or whatever. He's like, sounds like a country or sounds like many countries I've been to. And then when nobody laughed, he took his microphone and handed it to the turkey and said, "Do you want to say anything?"
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
I like
That's
him.
why
He's funny.
fucking cool.
Or actually, he also is also so old where he may have actually thought the turkey had something to say.
I don't know.
We'll never know.
Wait, I heard this ridiculous thing the other day.
Yes. Drop it, Dan.
That
Well, wait.
well, no, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
Somebody told me, they're like, yeah, there's
The
this
vaccine
woman.
works? Yeah.
No, wait, can
No,
I
no,
just
no,
talk
no, no,
about
no. I'm sorry.
something?
No, please, no. No.
tell your
Stay in your story.
story.
Stay on track.
Tell your story.
Just one little
No,
thing.
please stay on track.
Well,
It was my mistake.
Put a pin in it.
I apologize. I started it. I take it back. I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Continue on.
So this woman said, did you hear that Biden actually passed away a few months ago? And that, hold on. And
How's
that
your RSV be doing, darling?
he has 3 stand-ins. And I'm standing there and I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
America has become the most full of the most retarded people in the world.
It's fucking insane. But I'll tell you what, the Balenciaga thing, do you know
Interesting.
about this?
Yes, it's very, very, very fucking interesting.
Makes me fucking think about the Wayfarer thing because I
don't
was
know what
so
the
against
Wayfarer-
that.
I don't know what that is
so
either,
fucking
but,
against that. I was like, that's ridiculous.
What's the company called again?
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga. So one of our listeners sent me this shit to think about.
Fucking bullshit.
Um,
Horrible.
Well, yeah. How do you spell it?
Balenciaga. Balenciaga.
So it's a South American company, right?
Is it?
Or Italian? Balenciaga
Yeah, it's
sounds
Italian. Yeah.
So,
It's very expensive. They're doing
How the
a same
fuck-
thing with Adidas.
okay, so the basic story is they have this they sell kids clothes, right?
No,
That's part of what they do is kids clothes, I was told.
they might now, but it's very like it's designer, high end. The Kardashians wear it,
Right,
all
but
this shit.
it's high end stuff. It's like Gap kids, but like high end stuff. They also have a thing for high end clothes for kids.
I didn't know.
That's part of the thing. So in this ad campaign, they have kids modeling clothes and like in bedrooms, but they're posing with these teddy bears that are in like full dom submissive like chains and like sexier. They're like
It's
these are like young
bondage
children
dolls.
bondage. That's what I was looking for. These children posing with these bondage teddy bears, and
And
have
then
you,
if
have you heard about the books and stuff in the background?
well, no, it's not a book. It's
Well,
actually a document.
There's
And then
another one in the
books
book.
too.
Yes.
There's a document that is laying there if
Under a
you-
purse.
If you zoom in, the document is something and something. I forget what it.
Oh
it's
yes,
a,
it's something and something is what it is.
It was a lawsuit
Yes.
against a pedophile.
Where the pedophile had won, I believe.
Something
like
like
that.
Yeah. So it's that. There's a child that's probably like 4 years old with not like 50, not that even matters, but
no,
like,
I was thinking older.
yeah, no, young babies, and the bears have the bondage. One of the bears has a black eye.
A black guy?
A black eye. And a lot of these things I've sort of poo-pooed off because I'm like, oh, please, everybody's offended by everything. This is fucking sick. And if any of these celebrities, if it were anything else to do with anything else, they, them, all this shit, they would be going off and nobody has spoken now.
Well,
and now
people are talking right now quite a bit about it.
it took Kim Kardashian 6 fucking days to come out because she's one of the
reps or whatever
people for him, and she finally came out because it's fucking money, and she came out. She go, I don't, and now Balenciaga is like, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. Okay,
whoever
we're not
Bottom
fucking
of
idiots. It takes a CEO.
I was gonna say,
to fucking
someone wrote
check
off on it. Yes,
Yes,
100%.
I mean, if not a CEO, a fucking marketing director.
I might have this wrong too, but Nicole Kidman is one of the new ambassadors for the company as well.
Yeah.
And was it her father who beat some kind of child abuse case?
I'm not sure of that. I'm not sure.
I
About
could
that story.
allegedly there's some kind of tie-in with
Yeah.
her having some kind of child abuse scandal in
Yeah.
her family, and it's like ironic that she's now.
And I will say this: Ye, whatever his fucking name is now, is a nut job. But he came out months and months and months and months ago before he lost his mind again. No offense, that's mean actually.
No, he lost his fucking mind.
Yeah, before he said
100%.
those awful things. He came out and said, I don't want my child around this. Balenciaga, I don't want my child in these ads on TikTok. I don't want them because they're being exploited. And they are. If you look at Northwest, his oldest daughter, she's at a fucking Balenciaga fashion show a few months ago with a, what's that called when you're tied up? It's,
Oh, the Japanese rope.
No,
Oh.
you're like Steve Truitt would know. It's not plastic. It's rubber, and it's all black right here, and then over here you have a thing for the hose, like air.
Yeah.
And this other thing is for it's a sexual thing, and this kid is walking around. Northwest is what, 10, walking around with this fucking thing on her head in a fashion show, and it's like, oh my fucking god.
Balenciaga fashion show.
And the argument
it's
too,
ridiculous.
as far as this, the bondage bear, the argument has been put forward that like it's a punk rock approach to. It's supposed to be like more of a punk rock type thing.
Then why is that document on the table?
Not sure.
You know
not
what
sure.
I mean? It's
and by the way,
ridiculous.
has
It's
that
so
been
stupid.
like
Yes,
that's definitely
it's-
true?
Yep.
I haven't looked enough into it to be sure if
Yep.
that's what that is.
Well, because I did when a few years ago when they did the Wayfarer thing, I thought it was fucking ridiculous.
What is the I don't know what that is. What's the Wayfarer thing?
The Wayfarer thing was a few years ago or a couple years ago, and it wasn't QAnon, or it could have been. It was I was like, you guys are all fucking crazy. They were saying that there was a sex, not sex trade. What's that called? Sex trafficking thing through Wayfarer, and that
What is Wayfarer?
Wayfarer is where you go.
A place?
And they sell it's online. They sell like furniture
Okay.
and stuff like that.
I just don't know I don't know what Wayfarer is.
And they had these armoires that were weirdly named girls' names, like Monica, Ashley, Leanne. It was weird shit.
They brought Leanne into this?
Leanne.
Oh, fucking what's next?
Why, right? But supposedly there is a secret code that you called in there, and someone like allegedly broke the story, like a whistleblower or whatever, and they said that you call in and you ask for an Ashley, and then it's actually a prostitute that will come to your house, allegedly.
Wayfair?
I would tend
know,
to
it
not
was
believe that, but
But
who
if
knows?
you right, and now I'm like, who fucking knows? There is completely people who are pedophiles in this industry who are. I mean, this is.
But this isn't this is a photo. This is visual. This is
Right.
not arguable. These children,
Yeah. Also,
in my eyes.
the person. Did you read the thing? Oh fuck! I gotta find it. It was the person who, like the art director of Balenciaga or something, had said that they grew up on porn and pedophilia.
Porn and Pepsi.
Wait, hold on. I gotta
Who
find
the
it.
fuck would say publicly
I
that they
know.
grew up on pedophilia?
And what does that mean?
Yeah, please.
Hold on,
I would like you
I
to
gotta
please find the
it.
exact quote.
Yeah, hold on.
They meant popcorn and pizza is what they said, not porn and pedophilia.
No, I'm not even kidding. Hold on. Oh my god.
Sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/Rareform Radio. Pick a tier that works for you. Bonus episodes, behind the scenes content, updates that you'll never get from Heidi, updates you will get from me. Patreon.com/Rareform Radio. While you're doing that, I'm going to show off a gift I got, okay? Okay, Heidi?
Sure.
When I was on tour, my friend Asian Steve lost a bet to me, and part of his payment is he got me this really cool Smashing Pumpkins skateboard deck. Is it reflecting in there, or is it all right?
I mean, it's got a little reflect, nope. There's
Okay,
good.
cool. Great. Got me the Siamese Dream Smashing Pumpkin skateboard deck, and what's really cool about this is that that was the first concert I ever saw was this Pumpkin Store. So it's kind of a neat thing that we're
What
hanging
year?
in the studio. That was April 19th, 1994.
19th.
We're back, and Heidi never found it. So,
Damn it.
so now you get to pick our new subject. Oh, never mind. I got one.
Jesus Christ.
How's your headache, by the way? Feel any better?
Yeah, it's like a skeletal, like a muscular.
Well,
It
skeletal
starts-
and muscles are two different things.
It starts from like.
It's like a dry, wet.
No,
Fucking
it starts in my bone, and then it's like it's a muscular thing. I don't know. Whatever. It hurts really.
starts
bad.
in my bone. It's a muscular thing. So you did not go to med school, or you did?
Wow.
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 Hey, can we talk about movies some more?
Yeah.
I saw a movie the other night that absolutely blew my mind.
Oh yeah, you texted me about that.
I did, right? Did you watch it yet?
I haven't watched it.
Guys, do what you got to do and go to netflix.com and look up a movie called The Stranger with Joel Edgerton.
Love him.
He is unbelievable. It's an Australian movie, and it's basically not going to give anything away. He's an undercover cop who has gone undercover to coax a
So you didn't go to school? English school? Was that?
English school? No, I didn't go to English school.
You didn't. I meant.
Did you go to brain school? Anyone here go to brain school?
You didn't major in
English school?
brain. Brain.
Mom, when I grow up, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to
just
major
said-
in brain.
You just said he was an undercover cop who went undercover.
But I didn't finish my sentence because you fucking jackal started laughing.
I think you finished your sentence.
I didn't. You fucking couple of cackling cunts over here. I think you finished your sentence. I don't like when the laughter goes my direction. That's not how it's supposed to work.
Right. We looked at each other. I was like,
You didn't let me finish my fucking sentence, but I get it's funny. Okay, let you guys have your laugh. Everyone's having a good old time. We're just
you just wanted to make sure we knew he was undercover.
undercover cop.
Under the covers.
Cop that goes undercover.
Can I try again?
Yes, you can.
Undercover cop who went undercover to Oh, that's fake. You're fucking putting it on. You guys are putting it on. You're trying to make this like your laughter hour. It's not gonna work.
Wait, okay. Go. I'm trying to. I'm lost.
An
Hold on.
undercover cop who undercover cops to go undercover to coax a confession out of an undercover guy who's being undercovered to admit to a crime. It's a thing. That's what it is. It's an undercover cop who goes undercover to coax a confession out of someone they think committed a horrible crime.
An undercover cop goes undercover to
Coax a confession
coax a
out of someone who may have committed an atrocious
who's
crime.
undercover as well.
No. That part was part of my joke.
But wait, so why would? But he's undercover.
This is not that difficult.
But he goes undercover again. He's
No.
twice. He's double undercover. Said that at the same time. He's double undercover.
I muted Darren's mic. I'm not hearing
Double
it anymore.
undercover of the night.
I want to throw your water in your face so bad.
Double the pleasure. Double mint gum.
I wish you
double
guys-
undercover.
I wish you guys were Balenciaga kids, just getting fingered like
Gagged.
crazy on set.
Ew.
This movie, The Stranger, it's really good. Watch it. Okay, great. You find that Google yet?
No.
Go to brain school.
Oh wait, can I just tell this story with brain school?
You no longer. I've told you many times. You don't have to ask to tell stories anymore.
Okay,
you
so
can just. You've
I
earned
went
the
out-
right to just tell a story.
So I went out to lunch.
Everybody,
today,
settle
and
in. Heidi's about to tell a story. Gather around, folks. Come on, Darren, get in here.
So you talk about me having like the worst luck. There was this guy that years ago had the worse luck than I did. He was this friend of these guys, and he wasn't there. I wish he was. He was this Persian guy, and he was 17. And back then, like in the
He's only 17. 17.
Daddy knows she's
Too young, but he's old enough for me. Not a Winger fan?
Who was the band that was in the fire?
Oh, wow, Great White.
Great White. We had just played that club beforehand.
Lupo, is it Lupo's?
No, I
Pretty
love
sure in
Lupos.
Rhode Island.
Was that what it was called?
Pretty sure.
Lupos?
The Great White Fire. Let's look
I
it
mean,
up.
that's a club that we played, but
Did they
I thought
die?
it was something. Yeah, the guitar player went
199 or 100 people died.
So I was obsessed with it because we had just played there.
That's fucking scary.
And on the sides of the wall of the stage, there was the
Curtains and stuff, fire curtains, or no,
like this,
soundproofing.
like yeah. And we also had tiki torches, and they had some other stuff like that. Excuse me. And something happened. It caught on fire.
The station is called.
Yep. Lupo's we played before though. I like that spot too. But it just went whoo. And what happened was that the back door and the side door were locked, and then they bottlenecked, and the guitar player died. He went back to go get his guitar in the green room, which
I didn't know someone in the band died.
yeah,
100 people died, 230 injuries, and they had pyro, and it was like an underground kind of club, right? Sort of. Wasn't it kind of set down? But they were told not to use the pyro, but they did anyway, I believe.
Yeah.
But 100 people died.
People were trying to like get out of the windows. There were nowhere to go. And I remember that year. I don't know if you guys remember this. There were like 3 other events that happened, and the side doors were locked. So every time I'd go into a club, I'd look around and make sure that.
Conspiracy corner.
Oh no!
Not a conspiracy. It's real.
No, I know.
That's terrifying.
No, it's fucking. It was really sad.
Really
Horrible.
scary. What year?
And it was
2003.
snowing out too. I remember it was snowing out because I was in Chicago and watching it on the TV.
The station fire
Pretty sure.
occurred on the evening of February 20th, 2003 in Rhode Island, killing 100 people and
Actually,
injuring.
that rings a bell.
Cool. 230 injuries too. Yeah, you were definitely. I mean, it was
'cause
national news.
People were like piled up, like
I actually
piles.
completely remember this. I don't think I knew it was White Snake because I had just moved back.
It's
to
not
Boston.
white. Great White.
I mean, Great White.
The fire was caused by pyrotechnics set off by the tour manager
Yeah, I totally.
of the headlining band Great White, which ignited flammable acoustic foam in the walls and ceilings surrounding the stage. So the walls and ceiling were on fire. It reached flashover within 1 minute, causing all combustible materials to burn.
What does flash over mean?
I think just everything was up. Just a blaze, full on
I
blaze.
do remember that is to me.
100 died in the fire. 96 died on the scene. 4 died in hospitals. Does
it say the guitar player?
I don't think so. Nightclubs owners.
Because he went back to go get his guitar. Hold on.
Band manager's trial. I mean, it doesn't matter. It was
Sucked.
tragic. Why are we talking about that?
Because you guys were singing some fucking song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Still enough for me.
Yeah, that was Winger. Why couldn't it happen to Winger? You know?
Oh boy.
Kip.
Yeah, Mike Tramp.
Back to your story.
Okay, so this kid, he was 16, and he was always getting in trouble with his parents, and they lived in Beverly Hills. And one night, they were all gonna go out, and the guys that were telling this story are these Persian brothers that are now like these world-renowned doctors, and they all lived in the same apartment building in Beverly Hills. And they said that this guy, let's call him Pez. I think that's his nickname, Pez, or Pez. And they'd always ask him to go out, and he'd always be like whispering on the phone.
Like go out and hang?
Yeah, to go to the clubs or whatever. Because back then you could go in if you were like 18, but then you had your fake ID.
Okay.
But he always would answer the phone and whisper because he was always in trouble. So he'd be like whispering on the phone. He's like, I'm in a closet. I'll meet you, blah, blah, blah. And they said, okay, so haven't you ever seen Ferris Bueller's? Like put like a pillow in the bed. He goes, oh, that's a great idea. So one night they were all going to go out to the club in Beverly Hills, like big party. So he created this whole like bed Ferris
fake him basically.
Fake him.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh my God, this is like no one's going to know. So they go out, they go to the club. He drives the brothers that were telling the story there, because he was the only one with a car at the time too. So they drive to this club. They're inside partying. Unbeknownst to them, an earthquake happened, like a 6.2, but it was big enough where the parents like get up. Oh my god, Pez June, and they turn on the lights. Wake up, and it wasn't him. So they eventually call the cops because they're pissed, and they're like, we want to report a missing person. Now this is
missing person.
Missing person. Back in the day when this could happen. Now it's it doesn't. Yeah. So the cops come and they give them the license plate number and all that. Now it's probably like 3 in the morning, and the brothers say that they pull up in front of the apartment building. There are 2 cop cars out front, and he looks up in his apartment, all the lights are on, and he was like, oh shit. And he walks in the door, and they had a doorman, and the guy goes, oh my God, Pez, you're in so much trouble. He's like, are those cops here for me? And he was like, mm-hmm. So he said he walked in, and they're having like Persian tea, and they're like, oh, hello, hi, how are you? And the cop goes, so do you want to press charges? And the guy, and this dad said, yes, I want to press charges, anyhow, that was, I'm just saying, like, he had the worst fucking luck. Earthquake. And then the second story is that he Beverly Hills High, back in the day, I guess it was like the best school, like so much fun, like in the movies, that's what like the 80s. And he was failing a couple of his classes. His mom and dad said, if we see your score, if we see your grades and you're failing, you're grounded for a year. Not kid, like, yes. And he's like, Mom, Dad, yes, you're grounded for a year. Okay. So he goes and he knows the mailman. He slips him $100 bill and says, if you see something from the school, will you set it aside? Please, I beg you. It's my life. And the guy's like, yeah, of course. I've known you since you were little. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll do it. So he gets home from school one day, and his mom goes, how are your grades? And he goes, they're great, Mom. And she goes, you sure you're not lying to me? No, Mom, what are you talking about? Like, they're great. And she slides over the piece of mail. The mailman on that day was fucking out with the flu the day it came. Like, this guy has the worst. That's bad luck.
That's bad luck. That's bad luck.
Anyhow, I love those stories. I mean, they might not be exciting for anybody, but the earthquake thing was fucking brilliant. This is someone that you knew? I've met him before.
Okay.
He's old. I mean, he's older now and has kids and a wife, but
he shouldn't pass on those bad luck genes. You gotta end the bloodline at that point, I think.
Doesn't die.
You gotta end the blood. No, but like you don't procreate and make more bad luck people.
I never. You know that feeling. Ooh, I was in trouble maybe twice in my life. I was a really fucking good kid. Really good kid. My sister was not. I was a good kid. But that one night, I remember I had my Volkswagen Jetta, and we didn't have phones, like cell phones. So I was out at a party with this other Jehovah's Witness girl, and she was spending the night. There was pot. It was in the basement. Boy. I remember I made out with a boy.
Oh, boy.
And we were late. It was probably like 1:30 in the morning. We were supposed to be home at 10. And as a parent, now I get it. Yeah. Now I get it. Like, you don't know where your kids are. Well, no, like,
I was like, well,
as a parent, like, I understand. The older I get, the more I know, like, how it must have felt. How worry works. Because I get worried about my mom and dad. Like, I'm like, where were you? Where are you?
I worry about her.
Yeah, like,
I thought she was on Thanksgiving. The day of Thanksgiving, I thought she was dead for a little while.
That's true.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She got up early to go for a hike at like 8, and then with our friends in the desert, and then come 1:00, I still can't get a hold of anybody. So I'm like, okay, it's been 5 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Hikes don't take that long, but it took them a while to get going, and then when they're hiking in the desert, there's no service. So I'm calling 5 people. It's all going to voicemail. I'm like, they're all dead.
And it was
they're all dead.
It was a long hike.
Damn. Yeah, they're all dead. I worry.
And you don't know anymore these days, though. Like, if somebody snatch you, like, fuck, there's so
I was
many
like
things happening.
1 hour from finding a girlfriend, like of moving on and being like, okay, well, you got to turn the page at some point, you know?
Whatever.
Cool,
But wait, wait, what was I saying?
Bad luck.
And I remember that feeling
of
driving in the driveway, and oh my God, my dad.
You were driving in the driveway? Would you go to brain school?
I drove into the driveway, and the girl I was with, my dad comes up to the window, and he's like, "I'm taking you home right now. I just spoke with your mom and dad." And she was like, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I made up excuses or whatever, but that feeling of your parents being disappointed in you and you like fucked up and you're in trouble, I fucking hate that feeling so much.
The biggest trouble I ever got in was my cousin Eric and I found he had a moped in his garage, and I think we got it running over the course of a day, and then we lived in Massachusetts, of course. But we were like 8, 9, maybe 10 years old, and he's driving the moped. I hop on the back, and we just start driving aimlessly. We have no idea where we're going. An hour or two had gone by.
How old are you?
10. And we see a sign saying entering New Hampshire. And we're like, holy shit, we're in a different state. And we didn't know, we had no clue how to get home. No idea how we got to Nashua, New Hampshire. Like, it's like a 40-minute drive from where we live.
On a moped?
On a moped.
They're like
and
dumb and dumb.
We have no money, so like if we run out of gas, and on this moped, every like couple miles, the muffler would fall off.
Oh my God.
So because he's older than me, he made me keep getting off the moped, taking my shirt off, picking up the hot, filthy muffler, sticking it back on, and putting the dirty shirt back on. We did this all day. Probably 10. And I still have I think I have a scar on my leg from when my leg touched the muffler. But we were in New Hampshire. We had no idea. We asked a couple people, like, how would we drive back to, we said the town we were from. And they're like, I don't know. We called his mom collect.
Oh my God.
And my mom was there as well. So my aunt and my mom.
Oh,
and said, we're in Nashua. And all I hear was, and eventually she said, like, okay, if you leave that parking lot you're at, go down this street, it takes you all the way back home. And we did that. And his mom beat the shit out of him. His mom hit me. My mom hit me. It was crazy.
What do you mean hit?
I mean,
just spanked, right?
My
like,
mom's
bam,
move.
Like in
no,
the, like
no.
No.
His mom kicked some ass.
What do you mean like hitting, but like closed fist, almost punching on the back, hitting on the spanking the ass. My mom's move, my mom's big move was she would grab my hair and yank real hard, just like snaps your neck a little bit and also pulls your hair. Pretty cool stuff. And I think that might have been the same day where like we were getting upset that they were so upset with us, so we started swearing. And
what?
What
do you mean? Started swearing,
like saying like
we started swearing like don't fucking hit us or whatever it was, or like this is bullshit.
And they got
so
mad
then
that you were
my aunt put liquid dish soap in my cousin's mouth and then handed it to my mom. She goes, your turn. She started shooting it in my mouth. I grabbed the bottle and just drank the whole bottle of dish soap, being like, I love it. I fucking love it. It was disgusting, but I was making a point.
Oh, you're so naughty.
Oh, it was a cool day. It was a cool day. I'm getting all fired up now thinking about it. We also got in trouble being at, not my aunt, like a step aunt or great aunt's house. And me and the same cousin were playing with matches in the driveway. But we were lighting fires up against the house.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like we're trying to make a little brush fire.
This was before brain school, right?
This is pre-brain school. I mean, you know where I'm at now. I wouldn't do that now. But they walked outside and we had like a little fire going that was touching the house. I'm like, what the fuck are you idiots doing? I'm just playing with matches.
Oh, Lord.
And a little bit more ass kicking. It was good stuff. Getting in trouble is fun.
Wow. I got spanked, but never like the punching in the back or like.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
ever get spanked?
2 hours ago.
One time I remember, yeah, and then mostly but mostly I hit back.
Holy shit!
She was a nasty kid. She was a tough kid. Not a nasty kid, but you were
I
tough.
wasn't nasty. Yeah,
You had an attitude
I
problem.
had an attitude. I was a very angry kid
Oh.
at a certain age. Yeah, I hit back.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, back in like the mid 90s.
Yeah,
you
I
don't fuck
guess-
with this one.
no! Yeah, it's like how
She'll take you to task. Is that the
how
term?
old are you? Can I ask? Yeah, so same as my sister, and my sister would scream out the window, "Stop hitting me!" And my mom be like, "What are you doing?"
Oh God.
Yeah.
Trying to get your mom in trouble.
Yeah, because it was about that.
Nowadays,
time.
your mom would be in prison.
Oh, exactly.
Like maximum security.
But when I was a kid, that was just like a thing. Plus, also,
I'm also fine with hitting your kids. I think people should hit their
I'm not
kids.
okay with that.
now
I'm
that I
fine with
have
it.
my nieces, I could never, ever, ever.
Oh, she hasn't called you a cunt yet. When she does, you'll be like, that's it.
Ooh.
Your niece has not called you a cunt yet.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No.
I mean that's like my thing is like
Would you say that? You call them cunts?
that's like not even the worst. I mean I probably didn't know that word, but I've been a very
Do you have
bad person.
brothers and sisters?
No, I'm an only child. Oh man, and it was never to my father.
Just
But
your
like,
You're a cunt, Dad.
but like with the hitting thing, I don't believe in it, but I can see getting that angry and
Yeah.
doing it, and that's what scares me.
When kids are having tantrums and kicking their feet and just like
Yelling at
shrieking,
you.
that shriek that kids do
Ooh.
Yeah.
makes me want to put them underwater forever.
Well, what's
so
weird is
hard.
that doesn't. It used to bother me, and for some reason, I don't. I think they're like. I just look at them and I feel bad for like the child, the parent. I'm like, oh, they're so embarrassed. They're like,
100%.
when I was a little kid, I had a tantrum. My mom said it was like one of the only ones I had, and she learned from this doctor, whoever it was, to throw a little bit of water in my face because I guess I wouldn't calm down.
Like you were like a cat.
Yeah.
And she threw water in my face and and I stopped, and my mom said to this day she still can see my face and she felt so awful because I was like
But it stopped you, right?
yeah, it stopped me. But I have issues now that I just think about it. I have issues with going under water.
Do you hate when people like splash you at the beach? 'Cause
I
that
hate it.
shit drives me
I hate it, and it makes me like nervous. I
And
wonder
you
if that
think
has
it goes back
anything
to that
do with
moment?
it. Wow.
Interesting.
Huh, I just realized that.
Now that you know, you might be able to change it.
That's interesting.
Huh. Wow. Do you guys know Joe Dispenza?
That sounds so familiar. Why would I
Dispenza?
know that?
Dispenza. So he's a doctor, and he was in a really bad accident. He was on a bike or jogging.
Hear about
I think he was
Jay
on a
Leno, by the way?
bike. Yeah.
That sucks.
He's better now. I mean, it
Oh, is
doesn't
he?
look bad at all.
Oh, they showed it?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it
That's
yet.
weird. I thought he was
Oh.
gonna be like,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
but I thought they were gonna have to do a skin graft on his.
they probably
and
3D printed his body and he's fine.
probably.
Fucking Christ.
He was in an accident, was in the hospital, and they said he's never gonna walk ever again. He decided to change his whole mental state from the very, very fucking core, and he every day thought about himself walking and put a positive attitude, but more like you can have a positive attitude, but your body doesn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he says that if you're told you have cancer, you can be like, okay, I'm gonna beat this, but your body, your core is like, oh my fucking god, I have fucking cancer. So he does this thing. He teaches this thing where it's your whole, like, you change your mind, you change
Probably
your.
why I know him. I'm gonna have to Google it.
And he fucking walked out of that fucking hospital, and now he has all these classes. This book I haven't read it. I need to read it, obviously, but it's supposed to be really great. But there's a bunch
I think I believe in like mind over matter sort of
for sure.
where there's a will there's a way kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of scientists and doctors that have done his work, and they have actually changed. They have beat cancer. They've beat all these things and doing his work. Anyhow,
I'm looking at these pictures of Jay Leno. That's a pretty nasty burn.
Oh Jesus!
Let me see.
I didn't see
he's not
that.
okay.
No, I didn't see that up
I
close
told you
like
that Jay was in a
Of
fire,
course,
right?
yeah.
I didn't see it up close
Ooh,
like
did
that.
it?
That's
Lovely.
fucking brutal.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, he's gonna live, but like his whole neck is fucked up, and
I
his
saw it from like I didn't.
his lips are burned.
Obviously, I didn't have my glasses on
No,
because I was like, "Oh, he looks fine." No, he just.
no, he does not look fine.
Oh,
He'll be okay, but
Yeah.
that's scary.
That's
That's what happens when gasoline shoots on your face.
Jesus Christ!
Yikes.
Ooh la la.
Can we? We're gonna wrap up, but can I leave you with a crazy tidbit I learned?
love
Yeah.
Do you guys like tidbits?
it. Love a tidbit.
What's
Give you a tidbit.
What's a tidbit?
You're a Bill Maher fan. We talk about him all the time. Love him.
Bill Maher.
Do you listen to his podcast,
Sometimes.
Club Random?
Yeah.
I listened to my first actual full episode yesterday, the Chevy Chase episode.
I haven't heard that.
So, are you a Chevy Chase fan?
Huge fan, and I won't talk about it. He was in a bar in Wisconsin years and years and years ago, and he wasn't really nice to one of my best friends.
Why? He's a notorious prick.
Yeah,
Is
Like
he?
he's
big alcohol.
yeah, he's a prick.
And I was so mad
there's
'cause
a
I
reason
love
why.
him.
Sorry, my fucking hands itch.
Yeah, you're doing it.
He
Bolognese.
has kind of been like hasn't really worked a ton in Hollywood in the last 20 years.
No, but
Mostly
he was on that show. He was on Community.
Community,
He-
yeah.
yeah. Was
But
that
like
20 years?
no, but like
Oh.
no movies and like he was like the guy for a long
Yeah,
time.
he was.
But he is notoriously hard to work with, and
He was in a hot tub time machine. Anyhow.
Was
He
he in that?
was?
Oh yes.
he's also in Dirty Work, which is a great role. But anyway, he was on this show on Bill Maher's podcast, and he's so weird to hear him talk now because he I feel like he thinks he's funny, but he's also almost 80 years old.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. The
Wow.
tidbit. Did you know that he's a pretty talented drummer?
No, I didn't.
Okay, then you're really going to be surprised when I tell you this. He was the first drummer in Steely Dan. Chevy Chase.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good
Trivia.
Tidbit.
So it was
Wow.
right before he was their drummer before they were named Steely Dan, and he left I think to pursue acting and comedy, and then they got a new drummer and named themselves Steely Dan. But he was there for like the writing process of stuff, and
Wow.
but he was the first drummer for those guys.
Does he wish that he had like pursued music, or is
I don't
he
think so.
still
He had
doing that?
a pretty great career in comedy and films.
I mean, him in Foul Play. Foul Play is one of my
Never heard of
favorite
this movie.
films of all
Never
time.
even heard of it.
It's Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase.
Oh,
And it's in San Francisco.
70s or 80s?
The 70s.
70s.
And it is it's up there with It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
never saw that either.
Oh my gosh. Please watch that.
You guys got to see The Stranger. That's even better than those movies. It's about
Is it about an undercover?
cop on undercover who goes undercover.
That's so dope.
Damn.
So that's pretty cool, huh?
It's very cool.
Yeah, but check out Bill Maher's podcast, Club Random. He gets incredibly stoned and interviews friends and people that he looks up to.
He had
it's pretty neat.
Aaron Rodgers on.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
On Club Random?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
It was good. I love Aaron Rodgers, but he's
Still?
had a bad fucking year, man.
Terrible year.
Season, I mean.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Really, really, really
Oof.
bad.
But
he also
the
said-
Eagles game was really good.
I didn't see that one. Oh, that's when they came back at the end?
33 to
Yeah.
40, yeah.
He just said that he has been playing most of the season with a broken thumb or broken wrist
Oh, he has?
and has no intention to fix it or stop playing. I believe that's what he said.
I don't know.
So like I feel like if you have a broken something and it's affecting your ability to do your job, you should probably let the team know and like maybe let someone
Yeah.
else take over for a bit. Cuz he's so talented,
Yep.
but if you're broken, let someone else try to I don't know. It's like I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
So guys, I think we've come to the end of the road on this one. I had
Have
so
we
many things.
gotten any mail lately? Any questions at all?
We're almost done with the show, but Heidi's got a story to tell. She had a chance for an hour, but had to wait until Dan said goodbye to us all.
Coon! Oh, that's
thought I was going to get away with it and not use it this week, but man, I had to use
Good,
it.
right?
He's so good.
So
Fast
good.
too.
So
Wow.
he took when
Damn.
a few weeks ago, you guys said there should be a theme song about when you add on at the very end, and he used your guys' words and the way you guys sung
I don't
it.
even remember
I guess
what we did.
I haven't gone back and checked it either, but apparently it's literally based on what you guys were doing.
Wow.
So Kuhn, once
Excellent.
again,
Coon.
So good, man.
Mr. Phono, thank you so much. Good stuff.
Good.
Christ.
We haven't had any
good.
mail in a while.
What's up with that,
We had-
guys?
We had a couple questions that were directed towards Todd because of his injury. So we're going to wait until Todd's back in here and we'll ask those
I had the
questions.
same injury, but it's fine. You can ask me. That's cool. I did.
So the last episode, you talked about your cupcake fiasco. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you heard this,
I
but
was not
Heidi
here
was
for
eating a cupcake and she took it with her. She had 3 cupcakes already. She took one for the road and it fell upside down on the street, and she picked it back up and started driving, took a bite, and there's a piece of gravel in it, and she ate the gravel.
You swallowed it?
She took a big chunk out, but ate the rest of the grit that was part of it because the cupcake was so good.
It was
It was
cream
that
cheese
good.
So,
frosting.
someone on the Patreon, Stephanie, replied, I've never related to Heidi more than I do with her cupcake story. So thank you for that. We all have had our low moments.
Or high moments. I mean,
Did you talk
First-
about when you ate the cookies out of the trash?
yeah.
Absolutely did.
Right on.
That was and I said that was my lowest moment of my
Right on.
life. Well, I forgot. I listened back to that part when I was editing, and I forgot to mention that the cookies being in the trash had absorbed the moisture of the trash, so they were like soggy, trash-tasting cookies. I forgot that part, and so that's also why I put them in the freezer, so they would kind of harden up again. So then it was just hard trash, which sounds like another Christmas movie we're gonna watch
Hard
soon.
trash.
Hard trash.
Yes!
We also chimed in. Gina chimed in about the Dorito flavors. She said salsa verde Doritos, chili cheese Fritos, and honey barbecue Fritos. You're welcome. I don't agree
Honey
with.
barbecue Fritos. I
I'm
haven't
not a-
had those.
I'm not down with any of that shit. Actually.
Salsa verde.
Chili cheese
what else
Fri-
we got?
Fritos on actual chili.
We were talking about that true crime, the Idaho
Yeah,
stabbing.
what the fuck, man?
And our listener Jenna, we talked about that, I believe, on the Patreon episode, the bonus episode.
Did we?
Pretty sure it was
Okay.
on the bonus
We
episode.
should have talked on this episode.
We
'cause
should,
Jesus
but
Christ.
there's nothing to report yet. But we'll come back to it later. Anyway, there's Idaho, a bunch of people murdered. Blah, blah, blah. Jenna said, check out the Lego murder. I work with the granddaughter of the lady that was murdered, and she still likes true crime. It's crazy to hear the story from her because we asked
Oh yeah.
if people are into true crime and then it happens to you or to someone in your family,
Yeah.
do you still enjoy true crime? And apparently there's at least one person that does.
So they're saying now that guy maybe works
stabber?
with blood. Yeah.
Works with blood?
Works with blood because there was like a river of blood. What is happening?
He ate something that.
Sometimes I eat red meat and it makes my hands itch. I told you this before, but
Here,
oh God.
we're gonna wrap this up, and you're gonna take a Benadryl.
God.
Let's wrap this shit up because it's
Let's,
driving me.
let's
fucking
just be
crazy.
glad it's not like like your butthole or something.
It's not my butthole, but I've had that before in the
That's
past too.
salt.
Yep. Salt doesn't.
Really?
No.
I thought
No.
it was.
No. I don't have butthole problems anymore. For fuck's sake.
No, I don't mean you. I mean people in general. If you
Yeah,
eat too
people
much
in general
salt,
have
your
that.
butthole gets itchy.
What about this
Really?
blood?
That's all.
Yeah, so they say that he probably works with blood, that he's young, that this is his first time to murder. Because, I mean, the blood, it's the first time anybody has seen blood pouring out of the side of a house
You gotta
like
see this
that.
fucking picture.
Have you seen that?
I don't know. What you guys
Holy-
are
There were
talking
5
about. I
people.
don't
There were
wanna know
5
right
people
now.
murdered at a
4.
house in Idaho. 4 people
4
murdered
people.
at a house in Idaho
Yeah.
All
with
college kids.
with a survival knife. And
They
let
were-
me just show you the picture of the outside of the house.
There were there
I
were
hate
5
it.
people,
I don't
5
wanna
girls
see
that
it.
lived in there.
blood's coming out of
even
the walls outside the house. There was so
And
much
they
blood
said it
in
was
there.
like a river of blood. But the thing is that so now if
The river of the
supposedly
blood.
one of the girls had defensive wounds, but if she clawed him or did anything, where's the evidence? Because it's all sort of like washed out with the It's nuts. And one of the girl, her boyfriend was murdered because he spent the night there. But there's 5 girls that live in this house.
That's what you get for fornicating.
Two of them were not hurt. They were upstairs, like the very upstairs. But there's
cool. So
they can't find anybody. Or what they're saying is they're holding all of the evidence close to the fucking, what's that called? Close to
the chest?
The chest. Just so.
Playing it close to the chest.
Yeah, playing it close. Just so, I don't know why. I don't know. But the parents, can you fucking imagine?
Oh, I want to die.
What?
I hate this.
I'll kill you.
That's fine. I know.
But I love true crime. I mean, not love. I'm fascinated with true crime. But this is scary, though, because this guy could be on the fucking loose somewhere.
Well, he is on the loose. He is on the loose.
Yeah,
inarguably.
Yeah.
Would you go to brain camp? Would you go to crime lab school?
I took a class, man.
I don't know, but in my opinion, I think this guy might still be on the run.
You never know. It could be a girl, too. Who the fuck knows these days?
It's not a girl.
Never know.
I know.
How do you know?
I don't think a girl, sadly, what?
I know. We're just going to go down this path.
There's not a fucking path. I don't think a girl could overpower 4 people in a house.
But what they're saying is how he got away.
A sleeping man is stronger than a awake woman. Okay?
A sleeping man is strong.
Yeah.
No, they
can't kill a
they
sleeping
were
man if you're
all
a woman.
drunk. They'd all been drinking all night long.
Still, a woman's not going to kill a man.
So, we're about to fucking murder you. So
You can't. Too bad. You're just fucking weak women that just.
I'll meet you here at 2 a.m.
I can hear you. No, this seems like, dudes are just more violent, awful people. And like,
that's true.
I don't know if there's been a woman who has like killed 4 peers, or maybe it's an older woman. Who knows? I guess it could be.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. I want them to catch this person, whoever it is. Yeah. I mean, I don't know who doesn't want them to catch him.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably some psychopaths who want them to keep going on a spree.
Probably.
Just for the entertainment value of it.
Yeah. Now I'm itching.
Yeah. I have this. Anyway.
Yep.
Listen, this has been such a treat. Any thoughts in closing?
No, I wish I could find that. I'll find it.
We're
Balenciaga.
past that one. But we can do a standalone episode on it, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
An entire episode on the Bella Tarago. What's it called?
Balenciaga.
Darren, thank you for your continued help. You were missed the last couple episodes. Good to see you again.
Good to be back.
You're just such a treat. You are such a treat.
Such a treat.
Heidi, you know what you are? Such a treat.
Can you diversify your compliments?
It's better than a treat.
It'd be a treat too. You guys were just treacherous. Treacherous.
If nobody go and see Nope. That's my advice.
Watch The Stranger. Watch The Stranger on Netflix.
Guys, watch both.
Yeah.
What's both? Is that a new movie?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nope.
Let's go watch a horrible Christmas movie. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for being here. At Heidi Van Tassel. At Heidi Sabrina, excuse me. At Heidi Sabrina.
At Dan Cleary's.
At Dan Cleary 79. And at D Nelly Radio.
Oh yeah, D Nelly Radio.
At D Nelly Radio. God, I'm gonna cut my hands off. I love you guys, and we'll talk.
That would drive me. I'd be going crazy.
Wait till he wakes you up in the middle of the night with it.
Sometimes I've told you before, but I twist and I pull my hand so much that the next day sometimes they can't move because they're so swollen.
If he takes Benadryl, he'll be good in 20 minutes.
Yep.
He'll be asleep in 5 minutes.
I'm pretty cool.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.